Welcome back to the Dark Muse podcast. And today I want to do something differently. I want to try recording this without the headphones. Let's see how it works this time. To kick off this episode, I want to pull a card from my Sacred Cycles Oracle deck and see where it guides us today. The card is Solar Eclipse. Let's read the meaning of it. Here's the card's message. I create my own reality. The striking visual experience of a solar eclipse can make any earthling pause in their tracks. While not safe to look at it directly, the light cast by the moon's shadow crossing in front of the sun creates a supernatural and humbling experience. Suddenly, it's obvious how much you rely on the sun's light. This is an initiation, a portal through which you can pass to a new reality simply by changing your perspective. A new, more aligned view and experience of life beckons you. Habits, patterns, and belief systems rooted in fear will not serve you right now. It's time to look at your situation with fresh and loving eyes. Allow your inner knowing to guide you now and at all times. The only thing that needs to change at this moment is your view. I love this deck. It always inspires me. And sometimes I like to pull the card of the day to remind myself of what I need to be reminded today. It's no surprise that when you start embarking on a spiritual journey, things around you start changing rapidly. The first effect that you might start experiencing is things clearing out. Old things breaking apart, falling apart, and specifically your relationships with people around you. You might start thinking, oh no, what did I do to myself? I was supposed to go on this journey of enlightenment, and now everything is a mess and everything is falling apart and I don't even understand what's going on. Pause for a second and breathe. If this is what you're experiencing, this is totally normal. No change can happen in the same environment. Your environment is affecting you way more than you think. If you think that people you hang out with, people that you talk to, have no effect on you, your energy, and your life, think again. Think about a box of oranges. If one orange becomes rotten, it doesn't take long for that to start spreading to oranges next to it. And soon enough, the whole box is affected. So you don't have any other choice but to throw it out. However, if you notice that soon enough, you can remove the rotten orange and preserve the rest of them. So think about your circle in that way. Is there someone you need to let go of? Is there someone who is energetically pulling you back from your path? Is there someone who's not serving your highest good? The best way for me to tell if I'm still energetically aligned with a person from my circle is the aftertaste of how I'm feeling after interacting with that individual. Am I feeling inspired, energized, high on life, wanting to move forward? Or am I feeling drained, tired, and sad for no reason? Is there a dark cloud hanging over me all of a sudden? The first scenario confirms to you that this is great. That person is good for you, and you should continue building your relationship. But the second one is giving you a hint that it might be the time to rethink it. The more you develop the mind-body connection, the more your body will be able to show you what is good and what is not. Life is dynamic, and that's the beauty of it. Stagnation is the opposite of life. If you're not growing, if you're not expanding, if you're not changing, you're stuck. And when you are stuck, the energy is not flowing. So you start experiencing different issues and problems just because you're not moving anywhere. Same with our relationships. They're not stagnant. They are dynamic. They're supposed to change and evolve. But the thing is, we all change at our own pace that is comfortable. And sometimes it happens that you and someone you used to be friends with grow so much apart that your relationship ends. And that is totally okay. It's a part of the process. Somehow, our society created this limiting belief that if a relationship ended, whether romantic or friendship, that means it failed. But what if we change the perspective here and understand that nothing is supposed to last forever? Why are we expecting to have things that we have right now forever? Why are we experiencing those unhealthy attachments? Do you think the money that you have today will be there with you for the rest of your life? No. It can change in a blink of an eye. Or if you have no money, that also doesn't mean that you're going to stay this way for the rest of your life. You can become a millionaire. And same with your relationships. If you have a certain person in your life right now, it doesn't mean that they're going to stay there for the rest of your life. Some of them will, but not everyone. And you shouldn't think about every single relationship that ended as a failed one, because that would make you feel completely ungrateful for any moments that you shared with that partner or friend. Why is your mind focusing on the result instead of the process? Is the relationship a destination or is it a journey? Some people come into your life for a short period of time, while some will stay there longer. Every person that you meet is bringing you a lesson, a teaching, a certain experience that your soul needs to have in this life. And when that lesson is learned, it's not unusual to start growing apart. I invite you to change your perspective here. Stop looking at all the relationships that you had and that ended as failed ones. Stop thinking about those as a waste of time, because what you're doing by that is simply devaluing the time and the experiences that you had with that person. I see a lot of friendships changing right now, and a lot of people deciding to split their ways and continue this journey without each other. And that's totally normal. If that's what you feel, do it and don't feel guilty about it. The worst thing you can do is to hold on to a connection that is not serving either one of you anymore because you're so afraid to let go. Why are you afraid to let go? Because change is scary? Yes, it is. But you know what's scarier? Staying at the same spot with no change, feeling unfulfilled and unhappy. Are you afraid that nothing better will come your way? Well, let me tell you, that is not possible. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed into something different. So if you lose one friend who is no longer vibrationally aligned with you, it doesn't mean that you will not find another friend. And let me tell you a story from my personal experience that will show you how respecting someone's decision and letting go in gratitude instead of resentment can really change the vibration around you and attract something better in a short period of time. A couple years ago, after an ayahuasca retreat, I've experienced a major reset. I literally went through death and rebirth on a fundamental level, which as a result initiated shifts in all areas of my life. I started becoming more successful, more financially abundant. My feminine energy awakened and I started bringing that goddess energy into every single room I would walk in. And people were turning heads and I was receiving a lot of attention from men. And for the first time in my life, I started receiving very expensive gifts and a lot of attention and flower deliveries every single week. And unfortunately, what happened in the process, that one of my closest friends, she couldn't handle that change that was happening in my life. I could sense the jealousy and envy coming from her as she was growing more and more distant from me. And eventually she told me that I changed, I'm not the same person anymore, and she doesn't recognize me. And my answer was, that's what we are supposed to do. We are supposed to change and grow. I'm so happy this is finally happening with me. Aren't you happy for me? And she said that your personality takes up too much space lately, and there is no space for me. And I said, I'm sorry that you feel this way, but no one handed that space over to me on a silver platter. The only way to do it is to step up and show up for yourself and take up that space. You can't expect to just sit and do nothing and get that space delivered to you. And I said, hey, listen, jump on this train with me and use it to your advantage. Let's fucking grow together. And she said, no, I don't want to do that. I would go and hang out with people with smaller personalities because I would feel better about myself there. Sometimes when you start growing and expanding, it gets very uncomfortable for other people that are not allowing themselves to do the same. They like to be around you because the absence of your success or happiness makes them feel good about themselves. And it's totally messed up. But unfortunately, it's very true about human psychology. And the moment you're becoming happy, they become angry with you. They become so triggered with you. But in fact, deep inside, they're hating themselves because they're so afraid to face that truth. They release the anger on you. They point the finger and they say, hey, it's your fault. No. You are changing. That is not acceptable. I want you to stay small. I want you to stay comfortable for me to feel better about myself. Is that really a type of friendship that you would like to keep in your life? No was an answer for me. So I let it go with gratitude and no resentment. In my mind and my heart, I thanked the universe for bringing us together at some point and letting us have all the wonderful moments and experiences that we had over the years. But I also understood that we grow at different pace and it's okay to grow apart. I don't see it as the end of the world. And here's what happened. I swear, I put my palm on my heart and I swear, because I counted by looking at the calendar. 6 days later, through unexpected chain of random events, a girl showed up at my door, coming to my life and staying there up to this day, and became one of my closest friends. And that friend is unapologetically herself. She loves taking up space. She likes to celebrate her friends and their success and their happiness. And that's a completely different vibe from what I had only 6 days ago. If you're still afraid that by letting go of something old that is draining you, you're not gonna get anything better, you're wrong. Stop telling yourself that. The longer you wait, the longer you're delaying that new thing from coming in. People that become jealous of their friends' success, people that envy their friends when they receive something good, operate from scarcity mentality, lack mindset, meaning that resources in the world are limited. If you are getting a certain thing, there is none of that potentially left for them. They see the world of competition where if you got to success faster than them, that means that they failed and not gonna get there. When you find yourself in a happy relationship finally, they think that it was the last person you can build a happy relationship with and nothing is left for them. It's a human psychology, playing tricks with that person's mind until they shift the perspective here. Shifting the perspective from scarcity mentality to abundance mentality changes everything in your life. With abundance mentality, you understand that the happier the people in your environment are, the happier you will be because it's contagious. The more successful the people in your environment become, the closer you get to being successful. Because again, it's contagious. The higher you raise the vibration of your interactions with other people, the better it will serve both of you. Jealousy is a disease that poisons you from within, poisons your entire being. When you start feeling so bad about yourself, but instead of facing it and changing something within, you point fingers and you release your anger or frustration on the other person who has nothing to do with it. If you ever find yourself feeling jealous, ask yourself, why are you feeling so jealous? Are you not allowing yourself to do what others are doing? Are you not allowing yourself to show up? Or are you comparing yourself to others? And the worst thing that you can do is compare yourself to others. That will lead you nowhere. We're all different. We started at different points. We have different backgrounds and we had different childhoods. If you keep comparing yourself to others, you will always feel disappointed. That's the most unhealthy thing you can do. You never know what a certain person was going through. As an immigrant, I know this story so well. The only healthy way to track your progress is compare yourself to the previous version of you. A week ago, a month ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. That way, you will see how much you've grown. You will see how much you've accomplished. And you will have gratitude for your journey instead of comparing yourself to someone else. And when you stop comparing yourself to someone else, you won't feel jealous. The thing that I hear quite a lot from many people these days, and the thing that I experienced many times throughout my life, is having that person in your circle who is always complaining, who is always negative, no matter what. I had stories where friends would come to me to ask for my advice on a certain situation. But I would notice over time that they don't really care about the advice itself. All they need to do is to complain. And while we all have situations where we need to vent out and release, and that's what friends are for, when that becomes a habit, that's the moment you should start asking yourself, what is really going on here? Stop validating your friend's victim mentality. If that friend is continuously coming to you to complain and cry and say how everything is negative, and you continuously listen to them, give them advice, send them your energy and support unconditionally, and then that person goes back to their life, doesn't change anything, and uses your precious resource that you gave them until they feel empty again, so they come back to you for more. For you, you most likely feeling drained because you are giving away your energy that you need for other things in your life, but instead you're just giving your power away because you think that you are doing a good thing, you are supporting your friend. But in reality, the longer you are validating this kind of behavior, the longer you are delaying this person's growth and awakening and making the change that needs to happen. So every time they need to charge their battery, they will be at your door. Is that a healthy way to build friendship? I don't think so. So why are you doing this? Change your perspective. Understand that sometimes the best thing you can do is to serve as a mirror and say, listen, what you're doing is bullshit. And you need to wake up and understand that that does not serve your highest good. In my opinion, that's what the true friends will do. The people that will justify any behavior of yours might not care that much about you. Think about it. I know that some people will not agree with my view of friendship because people are used to superficial connections these days. Because people want to receive external validation, justification of their actions, even when they go against the common sense. If you want to have a happy, fulfilling life, and if you want to change your mindset from lack mentality to abundance mentality, from thinking about everything in negative terms to embracing the opportunities in every single situation, you really need to implement strong personal boundaries with people from your circle that still bring that victim mentality and complaining to your daily life. When you focus on negative, you will attract more negative events, experiences, emotions, anything. And when you shift your mindset to the possibilities, welcoming any change with gratitude as a blessing, you will attract more blessings. And that friend you decided to split with might catch up because they finally don't have your support and they're taking active steps to change in their life as well. So at some point in time, you might again align on vibrational frequency and come back into each other's lives. It might happen or it might not happen. And either way, it's okay. If not that friend, someone else will show up. You never know from where. So stop telling yourself that you're losing something. Maybe you're just upgrading. Really start thinking, what kind of person do you want to become? And start surrounding yourself with people that will inspire you to become that person. You want to be successful? Surround yourself with successful people. You want to be healthy? Surround yourself with people that take care of their bodies and their mind and have a healthy lifestyle. You want to attract a happy relationship? Surround yourself with people that are in a happy relationship. If you're continuing to surround yourself with single people that think that there are no good men or no good women in the world anymore, and everyone just sucks, and it's impossible to find the right partner, well, that's what you will receive, the proof of that, no matter how hard you try. It goes beyond your personal connections. With such a widespread of social media in our lives, who are you following on social media? Who are you watching? Who are you listening to every single day? Is that person's presence on your social media feed inspiring you? Is it motivating you? Or is it just another avenue of negativity in your life? And if so, why do you need that? What about the information that you consume on a daily basis? Are you reading or watching something that inspires you, teaches you something, makes you feel better about yourself? Or is it something that brings your hopes down and takes you back to that fear and thought that it's impossible to get where you want to get? In this time of great changes that are happening on the whole planet, it's a great time to really revise your environment and align it with your higher self, with that version of you that will be so brave and unapologetically themselves. Do not be afraid. You can do it. The faster you progress, the faster your environment will start changing. And just know that people that are meant to stay in your life will always be there, no matter what happens. And the people that are meant to only be with you for a short period of time need to leave when that time comes, so they don't block that space for something that is supposed to come next. To wrap up this episode, I want to share a couple affirmations that you can write down or record with your own voice and listen every single day as you're navigating this transformational time. You can also start writing your personal affirmations that will hit the specific points that you need right now. Abundance is my birthright, and I deserve everything that I want simply because I am. I let go of anything that doesn't align with me anymore. I welcome in new opportunities and possibilities that will bring me closer to my higher self. I surround myself with like-minded people that inspire me to continuously grow and walk my path. I send endless gratitude to every single friend that I had in my life, even though we might not be in contact anymore. I walk forward knowing that best is yet to come. Which one was your favorite? Which one resonated the most? I can't believe this was episode 5. It feels like I just started doing that, but it's been a month. Time is truly flying this year, but I'm enjoying every single step of this journey, and I'm looking forward to many more episodes. With that said, I wish you a wonderful time. Thank you for being here with me. Until next week.